Have a mimosa. What the pissing fuck? I will lock them doors and turn the lights down. I'll hit you with my car, Beth. Jesus Christ. Boring. Yay, new friend. Let's crank this back seat down. So you had 2 spoonfuls of sugar in this order, yet you had sugar-free in my shop.
Hi, can I order tea and 2 sugars, please?
Hello guys and welcome back to Tea and 2 Sugars. I am Tatty, your host, who is having a lovely sunny Monday so far. It's overwhelmingly hot, but it's a bit deceiving. Like, it doesn't look like it should be 26 degrees. However, let me fucking tell you, it is 26 degrees outside. Yesterday was Sunday. It was Amelia's party on the Saturday, so we didn't get home till like 12 o'clock. Woke up like 10:30, 11. Whoopsies. And I decided to take myself out on a walk. I actually did 2 walks yesterday, sweating my fucking tits off. I actually did a bit of exposure therapy yesterday. I hope you're all very proud of me. I went for a walk in my sports bra and leggings, which is something I don't do. I do not do that shit. But I was like, listen, I'm going to go ahead. We'll see how it goes. And I felt all right. So I'm exposure therapying myself to working out in sports bras. Let me just get straight into it today, shall we? So my boiling point of my 2 sugars, if you're new here, my boiling point is the thing that has pushed me to the fucking edge this week. It's really wound me up, got on my nerves. And my 2 sugars are the things that have made my week a little bit sweeter. So to start, my boiling point, I can't believe I'm going to say this, is Throne of Glass, the book that I've just finished reading. I'm sorry. Shoot me down. That is one of the worst books I've ever read. Nothing happened for the first 30 chapters, right? Even ACOTAR, the first book of ACOTAR, nothing happens for the first 100 pages. And then we get under the mountain and shit kicks off. But this, nothing happened. Couldn't actually tell you what went down. What? She became the champion, the king's champion. I have been told on good authority that I do need to stick with it though. I'm currently on, what's the second book called? I'm about halfway through Crown of Midnight and I am enjoying this one a little bit more. I'm liking getting to know the characters slowly. That is one thing that I am quite enjoying about these books. I'm just trying to work out if I actually like Sarah J. Maas's writing. I definitely prefer Lauren Roberts and Rebecca Yarros, but yeah, it really wound me up and I just felt like what a damn waste of time. And what wound me up even more actually is that obviously Assassin's Blade is a part of this what's the word I'm looking for? A part of this series. Thank you, Lizzie. And everyone says to read that first because it happens before Throne of Glass. However, I ain't got a fucking clue what was going on in Assassin's Blade because you don't know any of the characters. And I was talking to Isabel and she was like, don't do that. Read it in the order that it is written and published. So that's that. And then my 2 sugars. First of all, my first sugar is I'm actually sporting all of it today. My first sugar is these Wonder Doll tops. They're so nice. They're the perfect jeans and a nice top. However, I've also worn these with joggers and they're just so nice. I don't know how we feel about the shoulder pads. How do we feel about shoulder pads, Liz? Sometimes I am on board with them. It depends how tiny my head's feeling that day because I do have a bit of a small head. I also have their butter yellow Wonder Tea shirt. I think Wonder Tea? This is called the Not So Basic top, which I love a play on words. Again, quality is stunning. I size down in this because then the shoulder pads sit on top of your shoulders as opposed to sitting outwards because I ordered the biggest I ordered a large, which I don't know why I ordered a large because I'm not a large in their dresses, so I'm not sure what happened there. And I look like Gru or Wreck-It Ralph. It was not a good time. So yeah, the new Wonder Doll collection, I think it is literally just called the Wonder Girl collection. stunning. If you can get anything, I definitely recommend. And then my second sugar is my hair. This is my hair. I've loved doing my hair like this. This is like peak third day hair. Like just, I just threw it up. It took me about 20 minutes to do. However, I feel, again, you can dress it up or down. I wore this all the time in Ibiza of an evening, and I've been wearing it all the time in my day-to-day life. To the gym, to dinners, to walks, days out, shopping, all day, every day. Hair's like this. All that you require is a bobble. I do have it bobbled in as a ponytail. Sorry, there was a grip sticking out. So sorry. Just to keep it in. And then, yeah. And I like to do it with a metal hair clip. I've got the bow in today, yeah. Because I find it just elevates. It's like a piece of jewellery. So that's that. In the teacup today, we have a draft Coca-Cola. And it's not doing it for me, unfortunately. I'm so on my peach and lemonade grind at the minute that this just tastes like chemicals. And I just, especially in the hot weather, just a peach and lemonade. Best sip. Cheers. Clink. Gorgeous. Okay, let's get on with the episode. Okay, this first story is titled The Brunch That Ended Our Friendship. Story time. So, you know when a friendship group has seen all the drama it possibly could have, then one of the people in the group outdoes themselves? Yeah, this is what happened with me and Amy on the weekend. So, my friendship group has the tradition of bottomless brunch once a month. No matter what, we're talking, we get mimosas, pancakes, full-on catchman gossip. Except apparently for my friend Amy. Now, Amy is one of those people who, hates not being center of attention. You could announce your engagement and she'd be like, that's cute. Anyway, I bought a new blender. Well, go put your fucking hand in it then. Let me have a moment. Let me have my moment. So, this brunch, it was meant to be all about our other friend, who we'll call Stacey. She'd just gotten her dream job after months of crying on FaceTime about job hunting. So we wanted to celebrate. Job hunting is super stressful. But all of you girlies that are out there hunting for jobbies, I hope you are staying strong. Stick with it. You'll find your job eventually. So we all show up. We're all feeling our best. We have a brand new outfit on. We got our first round of drinks in, and she's telling us about her first week. And then Amy interrupts her mid-sentence, not to congratulate her, not to ask any questions. No. She goes, speaking of jobs, I'm thinking about quitting mine because I can't work for someone dumber than me. I'm not going to lie, that does sound like something I would say. But not in this context. Not in this context at all. It's like when you're out for someone's birthday and someone starts talking about their other birthday. It's like, stop. I have been a victim of doing that to other people and it's not good. Don't do that to people. So we're like, Amy, read the damn room. However, it gets worse. 10 minutes later, Stacey brings out cupcakes that she had baked for everybody. So cute. They were like cute little pink icing swirls. And and Amy takes a bite and goes, oh, did you use margarine? And pushes it away. I'm sorry, who the fuck invited Mary Berry to this brunch? Sit down, Amy, eat your damn pink swirly cupcake and have a mimosa. The whole table was silent. It was like she was picking an argument for no reason. It's because she can't deal with the attention not being on her. But the real chaos came when the bill arrived. We'd agreed to split it evenly because that's how we always did it. However, Amy goes, well, I only had one drink, so I'm not paying for your cocktails. Which, sure, except she had had 2 drinks, a full English breakfast, and stole half the fries. So Stacey obviously was upset by this, and after some back and forth, Amy just stormed out. I'm thinking, fine, good riddance. Until about an hour later, we check Instagram. Amy has posted a picture of our brunch, tagging the restaurant with a caption, sometimes you have to cut out toxic, jealous women. I fear Amy's doing a bit too much. Amy needs to calm the fuck down. Remember who she is. Remember she ain't anything special. Remember that this day's supposed to be about Stacey. Pay your damn bill. And then once again, have a mimosa. Right. And we were all sat there like, is this fucking play about us? Now the group chat is on fire. We're sitting and wondering here, do we need to block her and move on? Or are we morally obliged to send her a link to how to be a decent friend when your friend is achieving things in life? What should we do next? Do we confront her about this and allow her back into the group, accept that it was a flaw on her part and move on? Or is this a sackable offence? What do you think? Hope you can give us your advice, Tatty and Joe. Joe! If Joe ever decides to turn up for this fucking podcast, I swear down. Sit up, my guy. So here's the thing. If this is a first offence, let's say, I think you need to be like, oh, no, I'm sorry, the Instagram took it too far. Sackable offence. I was going to say, if this is the first time she's ever done anything like this, maybe she's just having a bad day. She is struggling in her job. She clearly wants to work for someone else. She can't hack that Stacey's got this dream job. She's feeling a little jealous and feeling a little bit, sackable offence. If she hadn't have done the Instagram caption thing, I'd have maybe pulled her to the side and been like, what's going on here, babe? Like, clearly something's on your mind. You're struggling for money here. Also, when you go to a brunch like that, obviously, if you're so used to splitting it, fine. However, if someone's not drinking or if someone's having more, like way more than the other, you just split it a bit more equally. Like one person pays a bit more than the other. You know, that's how being an adult works, is it not? I think sackable offence. Get that bitch gone. She can't deal with having her closest, nearest and dearest doing well. And that's very strange. Very, very, very strange. I wish you all the best for Stacey's job, and don't talk to her ever again. She ain't no friend. She's a secret hater, and I'll tell you that for free. Mwah. Proud of you for getting a job, Stacey. All right, we've got a goodie here. I caught my fiance sleeping with my stepmum. Story time. Here we go. Tatty, I simply don't know how to start this without my blood pressure skyrocketing. Let's just say for the past month, my whole life has been some twisted Netflix drama. I've been with my fiancé, Steve, for 6 years. We met in uni. He was so charming. He was a bit awkward in our sociology class. He'd accidentally forget his pen, so I'd have to lend him one. We were the couple everyone said we were just meant to be. We graduated, we moved in together, we got our cat, and we do Christmas cards with pictures of us every year. It is the perfect life. Last summer, he proposed to me. We were on the beach at sunset. Same sis. I was crying so hard. Not me in the last thing being like, you know what? People need to learn when not to make things about themselves. And I'm here like, I did that too. I was crying so hard I couldn't even get the word yes out properly. We started planning our wedding right away. It was a big summer event in a countryside venue. Now, a little backstory on my stepmom, who we'll call Bertha. My parents divorced when I was a teenager, and my dad married her a couple of years later. Let's just say that Bertha is a little bit complicated. She's the kind of woman who flirts with the waiter in front of my dad as a joke, the kind who would like to wear a low-cut top to family barbecues and insist she's just embracing her assets. Well, embrace them under a top, Bertha. Okay? No one needs to see that. She's always overly touchy, hand on the shoulder, leaning in close when she talks to people. I never thought too much of it. I thought she was just a touchy-feely person and she was confident in being my stepmom. Fast forward to a few months ago. We're deep into wedding planning and Bertha offers to help since she's been through it before. Twice. She's suddenly very, very involved, coming with me to my dress fittings, texting me inspo pics. She's even been helping my Steve with surprise wedding details he wouldn't be able to tell me about. At first, I thought this was really, really sweet that she was making the effort with her husband's daughter. And I mean, she technically is family, so why would I deny the help? I started to notice little things that were a bit off though. One night at dinner, Steve made some random comment about how white wine gives him headaches. And Bertha instantly jumped in like, oh, I remember that from when we were wine tasting. I froze. When were you wine tasting, Bertha, with my Steve? He has never ever been wine tasting from what I know. They both went super quiet real fast and I just laughed it off in the moment. Then there was another time we were at my dad's house for Sunday lunch and Steve's phone buzzed. He glanced at it, smiled and put it face down. Oh, fuck no. No. The only time if you're engaged, married, in a long-term, committed, healthy, fun, loving relationship, any motherfucker should be looking down and smiling at their phone is if they've just got paid. That is the only circumstance, right? Later, when he went to the bathroom, I saw it light up again. It was Bertha. And the preview said, I'd simply pass away in my own vomit. Can't wait to see you tonight. Get fucked, Bertha. Well, clearly you are. That's the issue here. What the pissing fuck? I tried to tell myself it was just something completely innocent. Maybe they were planning some sweet pre-wedding surprise for me. Oh, there was a pre-wedding surprise coming. Don't you worry. However, the winky face was not giving me platonic vibes. It's not like, can't wait to see you tonight. Cha-cha-cha. You know, like the dance emoji. Or can't wait to see you tonight. Angry emoji. Because they're going to it's like, can't wait to see you tonight. Da, 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 da. Lock them doors and turn the lights down. Can I just say, never is a winky face platonic. The real turning point came when I came home early from work on one Wednesday. Steve's phone was on the couch. This fucking Steve leaving his phone all around. Buzzing all over the place. Buzz, I'm a cheating motherfucker. Buzz. Put it on silent. Put it on do not disturb. Learn to cheat correctly, Steve. God damn it. Jesus. It was on the counter, buzzing non-stop. Curiosity got the better of me and I looked. It was Bertha, again, at 11:07 a.m. The 11:07 p.m. Bertha is in the Big Brother house, texting Steve. The most recent message was fuck my life. The last message was, last night was amazing. Same time next week. No, I'll hit you with my car, Bertha, before that happens. My heart was pounding so hard I thought I was going to pass out. I opened the thread of text messages and it was like my entire relationship flashed before my eyes. There were years of messages between my fiance and my stepmom. The oldest one I could find dated 3 years ago, which means that they were already hooking up while Steve and I were picking up furniture for our first apartment. There were so many flirty texts, inside jokes, and it all suddenly made sense. There were detailed descriptions of their nights together, and then it got worse. The photos, the videos, there are things I cannot unsee, Tatty. They'd be meeting up whilst I was at work, whilst I was away visiting friends, whilst I was at my own family's events. It's even one message from the night before he proposed to me. Bertha texted him saying, she's going to say yes, this is going to be wild. I physically felt so ill. When Steve came home, I didn't even give him the chance to sit down. I told him, how long have you been sleeping with my stepmom? He went pale as a ghost, stammered something about not being what it looks like. Not being... What? Steve, there are timestamps, my guy. There is video evidence. Are you telling me there's a perfectly innocent explanation for all of this as to why my stepmom has been sending you nudes? The next day I drove to my dad's house. Bertha, sitting there all smug on the sofa, I threw her my phone on the coffee table and said, hope it's worth destroying 2 families. She shrugged, like she'd forgotten to take the chicken out the freezer. Not destroyed my engagement, my relationship with my dad, basically their relationship with my dad and this entire sense of reality. My dad filed for divorce that next week. Steve moved out and I'm sitting here, wedding dress still hanging in my closet, wondering how I spent 6 years building a future with a man who was sleeping with my stepmom for more than half of our relationship. What do I do now? How do I move on from this? Please help, Tatty. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Listen, you don't deserve a single man in your life like that at all. Neither does your dad deserve a woman. I hope that they actually they're really good for each other because they're both extremely good at hurting people. They are so incredibly selfish that they don't give a flying shit about what their loved one cares about. They They'll be perfect for each other. Heartbreakers. It's like India said in Love Island, may the best heartbreaker win. They will end up thinking that this is some cutesy whirlwind thing that it's as soon as it's not fun and they're not having to sneak around anymore, the whole intrigue and the adrenaline of it all will disappear. And they'll realise that they're actually just boring motherfuckers who are just a bit angsty. They're like angsty teens. They have no respect for themselves and no respect for other people. And you've just got to let them get on with it. You don't deserve someone like that. And they don't deserve you. At the end of the day, like I say, they're perfect for each other. They've clearly got such inflated ego, you know. I think what you need to do is sell the wedding dress. That'll be an easy fix. Get it on Vinted. You don't need that constant reminder of what could have been. Sell your engagement ring, sell whatever you can that was related to the wedding. Use that money to maybe move to a different town but close enough to be by your friends and your family. Have a real fresh start. This is actually a really exciting period for you now. You are, did you say how long you'd been together? You met in uni, so you'd have been 19? So what if you're like 25 now? This is so exciting. You're going into like your late 20s, mid 20s. You've got a fresh slate. You can literally do whatever you want. And that's the way I would try and angle it. The world is your oyster. You could go travel for a bit. You could live abroad. Go on some hot girl trips with your besties. So like, this is such a nice time to sort of reevaluate where you're at in life. Use that money to treat yourself. Like I say, if you've got the house, if you've got the flat, then slay, which you should get the house. Point blank, period. Even if you have to buy him out, if he's nice enough, he'll just give you the house. However, maybe you could use the money from the wedding to buy him out. There's so many different opportunities here. I think try and spin this as he has done you a massive favor because you were in a relationship with someone that you did not know. You never thought that was something Steve was capable of. He's shown you his true colours. Thank God he's shown you it before you've actually got married, because divorce is expensive. Jesus Christ. Divorce is an expensive thing. I wish you all the best. I can't wait to hear what you get up to in your single era, and just know that you will find someone that is absolutely exceptional, who is kind, caring, trusting, will do all of these fantastic things for you that Steve couldn't, wouldn't, and shouldn't get to do. Love you. Oh, it's a good one. Okay, I found out that my dad wasn't my dad at my cousin's wedding. Story time. Hi, Tatty. Love the podcast. Can't wait to tell you about this one. It all started at my cousin's wedding. It was one of those massive, chaotic family events. Half the guests were already absolutely hammered before dinner. The DJ is playing Dancing Queen for the 4th time, and we are just overly emotional. We're all on an absolute vibe. I was standing by the bar chatting to my aunt, who's usually the life and soul of the party, when she suddenly gets this serious look on her face. I could tell that something was very, very wrong. She leans into me and goes, I would really like to get the chance to talk to you sometime, privately. Now, when an aunt pulls you aside at a wedding, you assume she is about to tell you your mascara is smudged or your dress is tucked into your underwear. Worst case scenario, she's about to trash talk another one of the relatives. That is just top family banter. But no, she takes me to the side. We find a quiet corner, looks me dead in the eye and goes, there's something you should know about your dad. Why are we doing this here? Is there not like a nice intimate family barbecue we could be doing this at? Is this her child's wedding as well? Have we not got bigger fish to fry on this fine day? Maybe she's had a few too many tequila rosés and she's getting loose in the lips. She's spilling the family lore. It's great when you get to the age where you start to learn all the beef that's gone on in the fam. Instantly, my stomach drops because I had no idea what this could mean. I start rapid fire possibilities in my head. Was he in debt? Had he been in prison? Did he have a secret family? Was he a porn star in the 80s? Honestly, with the mustache he used to have, it wasn't out of the question. But then she says it, the sentence, which basically rebooted and destroyed my brain. Your dad isn't actually your dad. Fucking hell, get all Darth Vader with it. Jesus Christ, it's supposed to be a day of love. an appreciation of the bride and groom. Why are we spilling the family fucking heirloom secrets here and now? Also, is this aunt the dad's sister or the mum's sister? I would love to know. First, I thought she meant like metaphorically, as in maybe he wasn't acting like a dad in her opinion. But no, she genuinely did mean biological down to the DNA. This was a man who had been there for my whole life. He taught me how to ride a bike. He showed up to every single one of my school plays. He insisted on making the driest turkey every year. He had the worst dad jokes, and to find out he wasn't my biological dad made my heart break. I had no words. I just stared at her. I stood blinking like an idiot, and she just keeps on going like she's been holding this in for years. Apparently, oh bugger. Oh no. Apparently, my mum had this whirlwind romance right before she met my dad. And I'm not talking like a casual fling. I'm talking like a sweep you off your feet, Mamma Mia sunset dinner, I'll write you love letters every day type romance. And that guy was my biological father. He's not just some random man. No. He is out there living in Italy somewhere, and he owns a winery. Tell you what, get Bertha on the phone from the last story. She likes a bit of wine. Get him involved. At this point, I couldn't help but laugh. Not because it was funny, but because it was just so ridiculous. I thought maybe she was just pranking me, but she was dead ass serious. She even told me she'd known for the past 30 years. She was just sitting on this massive piece of gossip, waiting for the perfect moment to detonate. And she's chosen now. Joe, what do you think on that, my dude? I would simply have to agree. Poor judgment from Auntie Amy over here. So she chose the moment at my cousin's wedding. I'm standing there with a stupid champagne flute in my hand, wondering if the reason why I like bruschetta so much is because of my Italian heritage. And here's the part that's driving me insane. My mum apparently never told my dad either, which means my entire existence is a lie. There's even a location twist too. My real dad is living in Tuscany or something, probably swirling wine, wearing linen shirts, and I'm completely unaware that he has a 27-year-old daughter. I don't know what to do with this information now. Do I confront my mum? Do I book a flight to Italy? Or do I just keep living my life like nothing happened? Honestly, I don't know if I'm ready for the level of chaos that it could unleash. What would you do? Please do help me. I'm just a girl that wants to know who her father is. Here's the thing, my Shayla. You know who your father is, okay? Being a dad does not come down to your DNA, to your blood. Being a dad is the care, the protection, the love that someone provides for you. And clearly you think the absolute world of your dad. So why would you try and go and find this random man who actually might not want anything to do with you? That's going to cause you more heartbreak. It's going to cause you more upset. I don't think there's any point trying to find your biological father at all. You know, you're not missing a father figure in your life. You have a brilliant one, prepared, ready and available, and has been there. He has done everything a father should since when he thought that your mum was pregnant, you know? Should you tell your dad? Fuck. I don't know. I feel like that's out of my jurisdiction. That's above my pay grade. Would I tell my dad? Knowing full well that was going to unleash heartbreak on him. Lizzie, what would you do?
I'd sit down, have a conversation with the mum.
Yeah, I'd maybe pull the mum to the side. Yeah, has she got siblings? We don't know this. I'd sit down with your mum and say, listen, Auntie Amy, she's done you fucking well dirty. So the auntie must be the sister's. The Auntie Amy is mum's sister. I'd sit down. Can we get like a round table going? Can Auntie Amy come over? And she explained as well, I think you need someone on your side here. I think Auntie Amy needs to get involved because I feel like your mum is going to lose her fucking shit in a good way or a bad way. Either she's going to be like, thank God you know, like, but then even your mum might be like, there's no point going to find him. I don't even know where he'd be in the hills of Tuscany on his goat farm and his linen shorts. Your dad has always been your dad. What would be the point of going and finding him? Does your dad need to know? Does the dad need to know? I think you need to give your mum... Can you get a DNA test from your dad? I think maybe you could do a little DNA testy just to make sure. Because Auntie Amy could be in the mood to just fuck shit up. She could have thought, bit calm this wedding. Let's get fucking Larry. Let's cause some family drama. Not a lot's gone on in the world since Uncle Steve tried to steal Grandad Dave's ashes. You know, she might have just been like, let's go crazy. I would love to know whose child wedding are we at? Like, how has this come up at our wedding? Are we thinking about love and how much love and passion and wow, like how much her sister's marriage is based on lies? Yeah, I'd get Auntie Amy round the house with the mum, sit down, chat. I'd confront her. Boom, here's the bombshell. What's happening? And give your mum the opportunity to tell the dad. You know, everyone's going to take the dad's side anyway, so she may as well get the opportunity to tell herself. It is what it is. But, you know, you've got a fantastic father from what it sounds like already, and blood doesn't equate to family. So, yeah, love you. Hi, Tatty. I have a question for you. Who is telling the truth in this situation? Story time. Love the pod. Would love your help on this one, please. So I've been in a relationship with Steve since our second year of uni. We met on Tinder and turns out we only live 10 minutes away from each other. This is, it also says 10 minuets away from each other. We have a healthy amount of the same brain and views without it being weird and toxic. He is absolutely my person. I love his family. We go on loads of holidays as a couple. I've just got a new little job in my favourite coffee shop in town after coming home from uni. Gorge. So, in short, I'm living my best life. New job, back at home with the love of my life by my side rather than doing long distance, which is what I've been doing for the past year and a half. Boring! We hate long distance. Okay, so I'm assuming what you've said here, long distance, maybe you were doing long distance whilst you were at uni, you know, classic number, and you're just 10 minutes when you're at home. Perfect! Now, the only thing that has ever come between me and my Steve is how he won't ever talk about his ex. Red flag, right? But this man has never given me any reason to doubt or be suspicious. So a lot of the time, it has never bothered me. But every now and again, I'll get curious. I'll ask him about her, what she looked like, what dates they went on. Is that toxic? I don't know, but I feel like it's kind of normal to be interested in the life that your partner had. But all he does is shut it down and change the subject. He's a deflecting king. All I know is they were childhood sweethearts, got together in high school, split up before we went to uni. And it upsets me because, like, what is he trying to hide here? Anyway, cut to, I'm in the second week of my new job. I'm learning latte art, plating an avo toast, and meeting new people. One day, a young girl my age comes in and orders a chai latte with almond milk, sugar-free syrup on the side so she can pour it in herself. Oh, we love a queenie that knows what she wants. My initial thought was, okay, high maintenance, but cool. I start making her order and she's very chatty. She tells me that she's come home from uni. I was like, same. Oh God, I really hope this is not going the way I think it is. Come home from uni and I'm like, same. I never really had many friends in my hometown because I went to school in another area. So part of me was like, can we be friends? When she paid and I handed her the drink, she said, thanks, Stacey. I just smiled at her, but as she walked out the door, I was like, I did not tell her my name. And I was like, what? Then her order replayed in my head. Chai latte with almond milk and sugar-free syrup On the side. Now, my Steve, God bless him, is severely lactose intolerant, hates coffee and always complains that baristas put way too much syrup in and make it too sweet to drink. How the fuck did she know my name? And is it just a coincidence she ordered my boyfriend's weirdly specific coffee order? I told Steve and he played it off, but that night he was tossing and turning in bed and he could not sleep. A few days later, the same girl comes in. I asked what her name was and she told me her name was Amy. I played my suspicions off beautifully and was just like, wow, how long have you lived here? Say, into your childhood. What school did you go to? Obviously can't say here, but Tatty, she went to the same school as Steve. Why am I thinking this random girl is my boyfriend's ex that he refuses to tell me about? Took the opportunity when I saw it. I was just finishing my shift, and as I'm leaving work, I walk past her and her chai latte and say, "Oh, hey, why don't we go for a coffee?" Awkward because she's already got a coffee. So another coffee, decaf maybe, so you're not pinging off your fucking tits when I try and work out if you're my boyfriend's ex. Why don't we have a coffee? Would be cute for us to chat outside work. If this girl is not your boyfriend's ex, this is such a good advertisement for making new friends. I didn't tell Steve about my new friend. I was terrified he'd be angry or think I didn't trust him. But I've waited so long to find out who this mysterious girl is, and I have to pursue this even if I'm crazy and think and this isn't his ex. Maybe I'll get a new friend. Yay, new friend. So we go for coffee, not at my work. She just has a normal latte. So why are you doing crazy orders when she comes into my shop? A coincidence? I don't think so. I love that this girl is thinking, yay, new friend maybe. And you're just like, so you had 2 spoonfuls of sugar in this order, yet you had sugar-free in my shop. She tells me and confirms to me that she is Steve's ex from high school. Whoop-de-doo. That she's not surprised he never... Oh, God. She did say that she's not surprised that he never mentioned her to me because of the way things ended. It turns out that she had cheated on him with Steve's best friend, which was obviously very hurtful for him. Duh. And I hated her in that moment for hurting him so much. But, with a capital B and a comma, she continued to say that last year, when I returned to uni after summer, after me and Steve had been together for a year, they bumped into each other in Tesco and had a catch up. After that, she said they would... After that, she said that they would repeatedly go on walks and drives. Not the drives! No. We all know what's going on them drives. Let's crank this back seat down. Shimmy the gear stick out the way. Oh, good God. Not the drives. Oh, they'd watch movies together and basically just spend all the time together. I was absolutely crushed. She professed that she didn't do anything. Yes, suck it. Maybe she did. Who knows? But honestly, the emotional betrayal was enough to break my heart. Did Amy know about you? Because she's so fucking bold to go into your place of work. I admire the confidence. I confronted Steve that night. I was in absolute bits. You know, like when you can't speak, but there's so much pain and emotion that needs to come out before you can't even try to say how you feel. At that point, he broke down. He was so upset, and honestly, I was confused. Like his heart was as broken as mine. He didn't defend himself or come out with any kind of excuses. All he could say was, I knew she would do this. I knew it. We should have fucking gone on a walk with her then. Should have got your steps in with Amy then, Steve. Can't pass blame on her. What, because you've got an ex that's telling the truth because you're a fucking liar and didn't have the balls to say it? Boom, motherfucker. I was so confused. Lizzie sat here with her mouth open. We calmed down a bit and Steve explained that Amy is a literal psycho. Haven't we heard it before? We've heard it before. Hang on. Oh no, she cheated on him. Okay, never mind. A literal psycho and did anything whilst they were together to control him. When they broke up, which by the way, Steve said he broke it off with her after his mum told him how worried she was about him and the way he treated her. She treated him. Yeah. Steve soon came to realise how emotionally manipulative she was, and that's why he never wanted to talk about it, because for years he was trapped in a relationship he didn't even know he was trapped in. Tatty, this boy's emotion was real, but how can I move past what Amy has told me? I believe Steve, but how can I not doubt even a little bit that the seed has been planted now? Do I believe that this is one final attempt from Amy to get my Steve back? Please, please help. I think two things can exist at the same time here. Amy can be a raging fucking lunatic, right? She could have stalked you. She could have stalked you, made sure that she ordered Steve's direct coffee order so you would recognise it. Meanwhile, at the same time, in the same universe, Steve has been meeting up with this lunatic, going on walks, going on drives together. Clearly, she can't be that much of a fucking bad person if he wants to spend so much time with her. Are you going to tell me it's because she's controlling?
Yeah, she was lying.
What?
She was lying.
About the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh. She's manipulative, right? Okay, well, is she manipulative just to Steve, or is she manipulating this whole situation? Lizzie's just gone, it's a question you've got to ask yourself. At the end of the day, I'm not being funny, Steve was cheating on you. He was. He was going on drives.
I don't think he was. I think she's made it all up.
He was lying. He didn't deny it.
Because he was emotional.
He didn't deny it, though. He cheated on you with his abusive ex. We can call that is how it is. He was manipulating. He was being manipulated by his ex. However, at the end of the day, he could just not reply. Right? This is how you don't reply to someone. Amy's text me. It's quite easy. I think Steve's still in the wrong.
I don't think Steve even did it.
Don't you?
No.
He didn't deny it.
Yeah, because he was so upset.
He was so upset because he got caught.
Girl, you gotta look at the nuance.
I'm looking at the nuance, and it's telling me that Steve did not deny it. He may have been manipulated into the situation, but he still did it. He still met up with his He still met up with his ex-girlfriend, knowing full well that he had a loving, sexy, caring girlfriend at uni that was waiting for when they got home. Yeah, am I right there? Am I right? But you can see where I'm coming from.
Well, what should she do then?
Break up with Steve. Break up with that motherfucker. He's cheating on her. He cheated on you. Lizzie's throwing a fit. Why are you on Steve's side?
Because he's been emotionally manipulated.
Yeah, he's been emotionally manipulated in the relationship and in this situation. However, he still has a conscience. Why is he still even in contact with his ex-girlfriend? But he didn't deny it.
Because he was so emotional, knowing that she would ruin his life.
Sorry, it goes like this. I didn't do that.
No.
Go through his phone. Get his phone. Go through his phone. Go through his phone and ask to see the messages. Get his fucking MyFitnessPal up. What is it? Your Garmin or whatever it is. And look at the walking routes he's been doing. Or hasn't been. Track his mileage. It's a sticky one. We're clearly there's a discrepancy here. However, I truly believe that he did go on those walks. Whether he was manipulated into them or not, he still did it, knowing full well he got a new girlfriend. He shouldn't even have Emmy's number. He should have blocked it. He should have unfollowed it. He should have got rid of her in her life.
I think he did.
Well, how is she still getting in contact and going, it's like baby reindeer? They are! He didn't deny it! Anyway, before my stress levels peak anymore, I think we should end it there. Thank you so much for listening. I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on this last dilemma, because clearly there's a split in the room in which I'm right and Lizzie's wrong. Okay, I will see you all next week. Make sure to send in any stories you can. It is all on our socials. Tap the link in the bio. It says send your stories here. That's how you do it. Send pickies of you and your Steves, you and your Amy's. I love to see it all. And have the most fantastic week ever. Love you all. Mwah. Tatty bye.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week. I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa.